Yes guys, what's good? Ben's here. Welcome back to the studio. So in today's video, I've got something a little different for you. I'm gonna do a studio tour. So I built my studio a couple of years ago and I thought I'd show off to you guys and explain a bit about what's here. What have I got? What do I do? How does it work? So with that, let's dive straight in.
I can't accept jungle. We need jump up, I'm afraid.
So the first thing is my desk, I guess. I've got a nice big desk. I like to have lots of space, but I do like to keep my studio quite minimal. I find when there's too much clutter, I don't create music as well. It sounds really strange, but keeping things nice and minimal. I don't actually even run a MIDI keyboard anymore. I'm just using my keyboard and using that in Studio One and using the QWERTY keys to play notes if I'm actually trying to create sounds or play audio. So I don't even have a MIDI keyboard. I just found it too chunky, too big, and I never really used it. I'm not really a player. I do more sound design and stuff, so my area is really minimal. I've got my 3 monitors, so I recently added the additional 2 monitors to my setup, and that's just given me a bit more space. And what's quite nice about that is I'm able to push bits I don't want in focus out to the sides. I've got an ultra wide monitor in the middle, so I like to keep things focused there, and then anything I'm not really interested in, I'll just push it out to the side and then I can reference it, especially when creating like content on YouTube. It's, you know, it's really handy for that. So I'm actually running the KRK V8 monitors. They're the upgrades from, I had the 6s back there, I had them for years. I wanted to upgrade. I stayed with KRK because I was familiar with them, but if I'm honest, I'm not actually entirely sure they're the best monitors. I have heard some others and they are okay, a bit MIDI, but they got a nice low end. But I think there are better choices out there. Overall, they're okay, but I think as I'm progressing with my mix sounds and things are getting better, that is something I'm looking to upgrade eventually. It's quite expensive purchase. So for now, they're staying here. So a pair of KRK V8s. And then running that through a Behringer Control 2 USB. It's just got a big knob. I don't know why. I liked it. It just looks cool. To be honest, I think that's still too chunky, and I want to probably downsize it, something a bit smaller. I'm not actually running any audio through it. My microphone I've got is just via USB, so it's just a big chunky controller. So yeah, I'm considering downgrading that or getting something smaller in the future, but it's enough to get the audio through my monitors, and ultimately that's what its purpose is for. So I guess the beating heart of my studio is my PC. I'm a massive PC enthusiast. I absolutely love it. I've been building PCs since I was very young, and I've built my own custom machine for use in the studio. It's got a 4900K, 32 gig of DDR5 RAM. Could do with 64 to be honest, and a 2080 Super in there, which is adequate. I do want a new graphics card, but as if you're an enthusiast like me, you can't even get hold of them. So I want to upgrade to a 5080. I'm a few generations out now, but yeah, if you're doing this type of video editing, audio production, you need a good rig. I found I was lagging and getting sort of all sorts of pops and, you know, glitching, and I couldn't make my projects as complex as I wanted. So yeah, I roughly upgrade about every 5 years, so it's just had a new upgrade and it is spot on. So my projects can be a bit more complex again. Yeah, beating heart, that's my PC. So one of the main standout features of my studio is my lighting. When I built the studio, this whole space, I just turned it into basically a carpentry room, and I built all of my custom acoustic treatment myself. The lights were the hardest. I went down to my local DIY store and got loads of stud work and had to route out the channels for the LEDs. It was an absolute nightmare, but the end results are absolutely stunning, and they all react to the order. I've got a little puck here and it reacts to the bass, so when I'm over on the decks you can get nice cool lights and, you know, show off a little bit. It looks really cool, and it also looks good when you're on the camera as well. So yeah, useful, functional, and, you know, also serves treatment for the room as well, so not just pretty lights. So behind me is the live recording. So when I'm prepping for shows or just want to have a mix or live streaming, I don't really live stream on YouTube. I think it's a bit funny with copyright, but I was streaming on Facebook and Instagram. May move over to Twitch and get that back in the pipeline. Let me know if you want that in the comments, because I do love having a good mix, and I do like getting people involved and giving people shout outs. I've got my old monitors over there, so I've got some KRK V8s, they're absolutely fine for mixing. And I've got an XDJ all-in-one deck, so it's got USB and it could be controlled by record box and used as a MIDI controller as well. I opted down that route because I needed something with a USB, because there has been times when I've rocked up to do a set and my USB's been corrupt or something's not worked, and I said to myself I'm never doing that again because it was quite embarrassing. So I went and got some actual decks, and I do enjoy using them. I don't use them as much as I should do, but more focused on the production. But when I want to test out the tunes and stuff like that, I just whip them on the decks. I have got it wired up so I can control record box directly, and there's a monitor over there as well, so I can put a monitor on and have it all on there. I recently just brought another third deck as well, so can add some more complexity to the mix when I'm mixing. Would like to get a fourth one, but I'm fine with 3 for now. It's more than adequate for what I need and using it for currently. So yeah, that's the decks. An important and an essential part of my studio as a drum and bass producer and DJ, I suppose. But yeah. So I guess the final part, the crown jewels, is the DAW I'm running. So I use Studio One. I came from Cubase, and I was having some issues with Cubase. I just found it quite slow and hopping in and out of projects. I do a lot of projects. I mean, like a lot. And I tend to hop in and out because I create content in one project and I want to move it to another, take samples, patches, and it was so slow and it bogged me down. So I made that switch about 7 years ago and I've never looked back. I think we're on version 7 now. Studio One, great DAW. It's for me personally, it's quick, as easy. I can do what I need to do in it and get the results I need out of it. So recommend Studio One. All the tutorials and things I'm doing on this channel is all for Studio One. So if you are a Studio One producer, get subscribed, because all of my tips and tricks, I'll be giving them away on this channel, and hopefully learn something from you guys as well about how I could use Studio One better and improve my workflow with Studio One. So there you have it. There's my studio tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Gives you a little bit of a behind the scenes about what's going on. I've got lots of content coming up, so if you're a producer or you just like D&B music, make sure you get yourself subscribed. If you like the studio, make sure you hit that like button, comment, let me know what you think about it below, or if you think there's anything I can do to make it better. And also let me know about your setups, whether you run a minimal setup, do you prefer loads of gear. As you notice, I don't really have too much hardware. I haven't gone down the hardware route. I think you can get the results with software nowadays, and it seems to be working for me, but there'll be lots more content about music plugins, Studio One coming soon. So yes, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.